Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and this is GameZone. Today I have a lot of information about the game itself, and without any further ado, let's get started. Recently, creative director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ashraf Ismail, posted on his Twitter saying, "Spend a lazy Sunday fishing at docks, consult with your war chief, or check on your people." So basically, we'll be able to do fishing, and among that, we'll be able to do some other stuff, which are there will be plenty of new activities for player to enjoy in Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and one we are always really excited to talk about is fighting. There is where Vikings would rhythmically insult each other, kind of like modern day rap battles. Additionally, players will be able to go fishing, go on hunts, and play drinking and dice games. So these activities would be attached to the settlement, I presume, uh, which will make the interaction in your settlement more interesting. The name of your companion, Raven, has been revealed and it's been confirmed is Sonin. We wanted to close a meaning to insight in Old Norse. That's why they named him Sonin, and this time around we'll be able to reskin our Raven, and it's been already confirmed. If you purchase the Ultimate Edition of the game, then you will also get one skin for your Raven to use and transmog it. Further, we get to know more about the game, and there will be a new feature called Feign Death ability, which will be basically that we'll be able to pretend as if we are dead, and the enemy will come close to you and check upon you to see what's going on, and we'll be able to assassinate that enemy. And we are getting back this transmog feature from Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which will be back in Valhalla. A brief description of Source's stealth for the game, the ability to manually use your hood, nearby people and situations to your advantage to blend into the crowd. So this time around we have to toggle the hood by ourselves, otherwise it will not do it by itself. Then we are learning more about the gear, which will be the gear will be upgradable at the blacksmith in the settlement. Upgrading the gear will also give new visuals to that gear. Players can choose to interchange the visuals of all armors and weapons that they have obtained. And keep in mind, this has been another information about the gear itself, that the further we upgrade our gear, the more differently they will look. And this time we are getting a new feature called recruiting or creative Viking mercenary. Previously in Assassin's Creed Odyssey, we were able to recruit NPCs from the forts, or we could able to recruit the mercenaries from the bounty itself, but this time we can even create our own, and not only that, we can also share it with our friends. And the way it will work is, my presumption is that if you have someone in your friend list on the Ubisoft friend list, then they'll be able to see all the mercenaries that you have created, and instead of creating your own, they'll be able to recruit yours or able to take your mercenary with you, and this will make things more interesting. And I wonder if every single mercenary that we create would have a special ability or something related to that which make him unique, and we will know about that pretty soon, I guess, when we see the gameplay or more information about the game. But this is a new feature which is going to come in the Valhalla, and we'll be able to uh, recruit, I think, or use our friend mercenaries in order to do the raiding. And the raiders which we'll be able to take with us is just going to be on the boat, and the places which we are going or be able to raid are going to close to the shore. So if there's a place going to be on the land far from the sea, then we won't be able to use our friend mercenary for the raids, and we have to do it for ourselves. But if you guys are not familiar what raid is, so basically in the Viking era they used to go in group on their boat and attack the near places which were close to the coast or the seas in order to plunder all the goods from there. And basically it's the same thing which we will be seeing in the game. And there's more news about the controls and the game structure itself. So basically the creative director of Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Ismail, said Valhalla will have a similar control scheme to Origin and Odyssey, keeping combat option on the shoulder button, and he mentioned there will be a new tool wheel which they will reveal soon, I guess. And the new mission structure delivers a chance for diplomacy. So there's a lot of information here, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. The main questline of every Assassin's Creed games move their playable protagonists through cities. The main questline of the more recent games move them through countries, with rarely a narrative need to double back. Valhalla will move play through England, but Ismail said the game structure is very different because a lot of player quests will emerge from a home base, which will be a settlement. The idea is we want you to start in the settlement and go out into the world. In settlement you might receive some kind of information about what's happening out in the world. Further, he said whether it's contracts or people that you have known in the past or new opportunities that have arrived. Quests won't always lead to violence. When you set out into the world to go after whatever that is, you get embroiled into politics. Ismail said you get caught up into a journey. We give option within that, so sometimes yes, it means that you can, let's say, negotiate to resolve something. So basically the RPG element is coming back from the Odyssey, and we'll be able to choose whether if we want to go uh, peacefully as a diplomat, or we can just go in and attack. But as we know it's from his previous game that some of the quests will give us limited option to choose from, and I think this is going to be the same case here with the Valhalla, where we have to choose some certain actions and it will do the same thing no matter what we are able no matter what we are to choose. So we will see when the gameplay will come out that how the things are going to be in the option choosing section, but for now it's just that's just all we know. And we are learning more about how is the story structure going to be, and we are getting some more information from the developer itself, and I'm gonna read it to you guys. The game will feature big quest arcs which will start from the settlement and eventually be completed there as well. The developers team is aiming at developing these quest arcs with a good pacing and also at making it so that the experience from each arc is different from that of the other arcs. These quest arcs will generally advance the Viking cause in England or be focus on the settlement itself, pushing Evar, the main protagonist, into looking for resources. Because of the nature of these quest arcs, producer Julian Lefreri compared each arc to an episode of a TV series. So basically every single quest will be a completed quest. It might lead you to another quest which will feel like another episode of the arc, but it will give you the feel as if you are watching an episode or playing an episode, just like watching a TV serial episode. And I think it will be a good thing if they are trying to give away the feel of as if we are watching a TV serial episode. And it would be a good thing. We would be able to feel more like as if we are progressing more into the game towards the end, or at least somewhere, and there will be a feel of progression in every quest which we'll do. So that's a really good thing there. Both your mount and the tracker ship can be called at any time. Players will have to be close to river to call the ship. 8 companion will follow the players on their tracker. So the companion which they are mentioning are the mercenaries, or the mercenaries which will be able to create or recruit from our friend list, or just ask them to join from there. Those will be our companion on our ship, will be able to use and go for raiding. Then player will be able to have their companions disembark the tracker to help them in fight, but only for activities that can be found near the water flow. For example, starting a raid, full raid on a location near a river to obtain resources, or attacking a bandit camp that is positioned along the shore. Just like I have mentioned that we won't be able to use our companions, or let's say the mercenaries on the land. They will be only able to accompany us through the ship, and they'll be able to raid with us to the bandits camps or anything which is close to the shore. And yep, and it's been already confirmed, and that's about it for this information, and let's move on. The Draker will be customizable. The Draker is actually your ship, but it was called Draker back then because it's a really unique ship. And the Viking companions on the Draker will either be NPCs or characters met in the game with their own backstory. Even the customizable Viking mercenaries that players can create can be part of the raiding crew. The game will feature 3 gameplay archetypes as it happened in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. For that game, they were assassins, warrior, and hunter, but it's not specific if they will be the same archetypes. So basically we will have 3 different archetypes, but this time around it's not going to be like warrior and hunter. We are sure going to be an assassin, but it might not be focused towards warrior or an hunter. So moving forward, the skill tree will offer even more personalization, customization than in previous iteration of the franchise. Uh, Compared to Odyssey, it will be more granular than just a selection of skills. So we will have more option to choose from, and basically it will be more like an RPG from where we'll be able to choose and blend our choices with the gear that we are going to use, because they are going to be buffs and things which will work with your gear, I guess. What I'm trying to say, if just say let's just say if your skill if your gear has assassin damage in your gear piece, then you might able to increase that assassin damage from your skill and how it works. So we will see if how it's going to be, but there is going to be runes in the game, so we will see how it goes, because runes are going to be able to upgrade your gear, and also it's going to work with your skills. Then we have some more information about the game, and playing as female or male Ivar won't change the game experience. The developer team wants players to be able to finish the game main story without grinding or completing side quests, because this thing was uh, really bad in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. In order to progress into the main story, you had to do the side quest and side activity to level up, then do the main story. But this time around, if a player wants to do just the main story first and then explore later, you can just do that. And the game will have cultural variety, as different parts of the country had different practice, different beliefs, different ways of living life. This will be reflected in the game, sometimes as optional content, but with a lot of deep storytelling. The game will feature puzzles that need to be unraveled, with really intriguing truth behind them, according to Ismail. And there's more. The game will feature 25 unique enemy archetypes. Player will encounter minion and elite enemy varieties. According to Ismail, Dark Ages England was a world built by the Neolithic people, the Romans, and the Saxons, along with Stonehenge and Hadrian's Wall. Player will be able to explore the beautiful and ancient puzzle wood. The game will feature factions, clans, and armies both in Norway and England. And I think we will know more about this information pretty soon, because Vikings didn't only had war with the England, but they all also had a lot of issues with the different clans itself in their own people, and they used to fight over power, and we will see about that in the upcoming videos or the news soon enough. And how has combat changed since the last title? In Assassin's Creed Valhalla, the Viking Way is brutal, ruthless, and surreal. It is not for the faint at heart. The combat is weightier and bloodier, featuring weaponry that is famous from this unique time period. Evar is able to skillfully wield weapons such as heavy axes, shield, sword, hammer, and flares. So we'll be able to do duels, or we'll be able to use shield just as the origin. And that is everything that we know about the game so far, and there will be more information coming out each day about the game, and if there's something really interesting comes out, I'll be going to share it with you guys. Until then, if you guys really like the video, please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned, and I will see you guys on my next video. Till then, take care and bye guys. See you.